You know what's wild? In 1900, 3 kids died in the same house. Not over a year. Not across a bad month or something. We're talking 3 days, boom, boom, gone. Now, the newspapers, the officials, they all said the same thing: bad meat. Some spoiled pork, tragic accident, move on. Sure, but the folks who actually lived near that house? Yeah, they remember it differently. They remember the smell. They remember how the air inside just stayed cold, even middle of summer. And they remember what started creeping through that house, room by room, after the first kid died. This was in Parramatta, little colonial town out in Australia, about an hour west of Sydney. Back then, that place, dead quiet, one of those nothing ever happens here kind of towns. And on the rare occasion something did happen, people didn't talk about it. That's probably why no one remembers the Hillier family anymore, unless you ask some of the old locals. They still whisper about what happened in that house. When something started eating its way through the Hillier kids, it started with the little one, May Jane Hillier, 6 years old. Tiny thing, pale, quiet. Her mom said she was always singing to herself in corners. Not creepy, just soft. That morning she wouldn't eat, looked a little gray. By the afternoon, she was throwing up, shaking, eyes half open, not tracking the room anymore. By nightfall, gone. Now look, I know what you're thinking. It's 1900. Medicine was awful. Kids died of all kinds of stuff. That part's not even the mystery. But stay with me, because this is where it gets flipped. 2 days later, in the same exact house, the younger brother and the toddler start showing the same symptoms: stomach pain, cramps, screaming in the night, almost like they were hallucinating, wild-eyed, rambling nonsense nobody could even understand. That night, same outcome, both dead. 3 kids, same family, same house, all gone in under 72 hours. That's when they finally called the town doc, Dr. Kearney. And the second he stepped inside the house, he stopped. He told people later it wasn't just the bodies, it was the air. He said it felt wet, heavy, like the smell itself had weight, like it stuck to your insides. He followed it into the kids' room, and in the corner, there was this old wooden locker, one of those meat safes. You've probably seen them in old farmhouses. He opened it and, nope, instant regret. Inside was just rot, raw meat, stacked, pork, beef, the whole thing, slimy, melting into itself, like meat soup, and next to it, cheese, or what used to be cheese. It was yellow, swollen, bubbling, like it was alive, and yeah, this is definitely what the kids ate. So if this was an episode of a bad reenactment show, that's when they'd roll credits. Case closed, rotten food, tragic accident, end of story. But real life doesn't tie up so clean. Because after the funerals, the town coroner, guy named E.J. Bowden, ordered a full inquest. The Cumberland Argus, one of the local papers, even ran the column, Hillier Tragedy, a Family Sorrow, and the final ruling was gastroenteritis caused by spoiled meat. That's it. No arrests, no talk of where the meat came from, no warning to the public, no mention of how long that food had been sitting in the kid's bedroom. It was just like, welp, bad luck. But the people next door, they weren't buying it. Nurses said they could hear screaming through the walls. Neighbors swore the windows fogged up from inside the house, even during warm spells. And everyone, they all said the same thing. That place just stayed cold. People'd be walking by in full sun, sweating, and just get hit with a chill when they passed the fence, like the house was breathing in and not letting go. And if that's where it stopped, maybe it'd just be a strange, sad story. But it didn't. Because then came the rumor. Just a few weeks later, over at an auction yard, someone sold a sick bullock. Now when I say sick, I mean rotting on the inside sick. Massive animal. Looked fine from a distance, but when they cut it open, a yellow fluid sprayed out of its chest cavity. Not blood, something else. Thick, warm, foul, parts of the meat, They crackled when touched, like it was brittle, diseased. Diagnosis: tuberculosis, dropsy, internal rot. And guess what? That meat got processed, sold. And no, there's no record that says it went to the Hillier family specifically. But the timeline matches. The symptoms? Identical. So yeah, maybe that's what killed those kids. But if that were the whole story, you wouldn't still feel the cold. Because the family, after the last funeral, they just disappeared. Sold the house, left town, never came back. No forwarding address, no final word. And the house was never lived in again. Locals say food would spoil faster inside it, that plants wouldn't grow near the walls, that even birds stopped nesting in the trees around it. People would walk their dogs past the lot, and the dogs would pull away. But if you stand in the middle of it just for a second and stay quiet, some say you'll feel it too. A little breath on your neck, a whisper with no voice, a coldness that doesn't move with the wind, like something is still waiting, even though there's no house left.